regards to the first 5 games, or first 6 if you count Champions League, what I will say about our form in those run of games is I think it was more down to how fit the players were rather than actually tactics, because we were getting a lot of last minute wins. So at that point in time, it was basically a war of attrition. Who could outlast each other longest, who had the better mental game in that sense to go and get that last minute winner. I think Liverpool really stood out in that sense.
Yeah.
But as we all know, that's not sustainable, as we saw from the season prior to winning the Premier League again.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Football Kaki, brought to you by the Chit Podcast Network. I am your host Elder and I'm joined by my fellow Kaki bros Paul and Ned. The three of us are finally back together again after not being together for about a month. So what's up guys?
Hello.
It's been a month. A month is crazy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, a month is crazy. What the heck?
Yeah. Paul, Ned says he misses you.
Yeah, I miss like bantering Arsenal together, man.
Wow.
Hey, wait. You cannot banter Arsenal because they're not second, they're first.
For now.
For the thing. So to banter Arsenal is a very big challenging thing right now at the moment. But you can banter Eze because Eze missed a sitter. Yeah, that was really quite bad. But I got no other Arsenal banter. So Ned, you got anything else before to remove this awkward silence?
I will keep it neutral for now because they're top of the league for now.
Yeah. Paul got nothing.
Bro, I just gotta say, right, they only conceded 3 goals so far. I think that's quite insane.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll give them credit where credit is due.
That's true. So, okay, so down to it, right? How have you been, boys?
I was at the Singapore Grand Prix like the past weekend. So, bro, can I just say, right, it's like gotta be one of the most boring races ever. It's like last year's Norris, the race, you know. Yeah.
We've been saying it's been boring for a while already.
No, I say I'm talking about like the Singapore GP, right? Usually there's a lot of safety cars, stoppages, and all this. You know, it's like the past 2 years it's like 2 years in a row there's no safety car.
Ooh.
And then it's like the winner just led from start to finish.
It's getting more and more boring. And the funny part is that, you know, I have this thing, right? Like, I think somebody, right, has just told the world, right, that whenever it comes to the Singapore GP, right, it should not rain. For a country that rains so much, right, I have never remembered actually having a full race that Singapore was wet.
It had the 2022 one, but at the start lah.
No, as in like the whole race lah, not the partial duration, like the whole race.
Yeah.
I totally cannot remember. I think Spa rains more than Singapore.
Or like even Sepang, right?
Yeah, even Sepang also. But Singapore, for a country that rains so much, right, during the most critical part of the race, right, and generally the most boring race, right, it doesn't rain at all. Yeah. I do not understand.
Well, I'm not a very big F1 guy, so I can't add many comments into it. However, for the last 2 days, I've been organizing a gig at like Enclave.
Oh.
So, that was crazy. We had to do our own like AV setup and everything. Whew.
You did the entire backline by yourself?
Well, not the entire backline, but like the amps and the drums were from Enclave. But yes, console, everything. We had a live stream. Live stream was from us. Okay, but I'm not gonna go into further detail about it. It's not the right platform to do so. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
But were you playing bass or guitar that day?
I was playing guitar on day 1 and bass on day 2.
The multi-talented musician and the guy that loves football, and he was rapping a Liverpool jersey, right? I saw the video.
Yeah, I saw the red color one, right?
It's because for my other band, we were it's like a running joke that one of us has to wear a jersey during a show. So the first one, our other guitarist wore a Hamburg one. Our second show, our vocalist wore a Chelsea one because he's a Chelsea fan, and he just came back from Stamford Bridge. So it was my turn this time around.
Then you wore the Liverpool jersey, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, I have 2 jerseys behind me that I'm probably not going to wear due to size limitation. But moving on, I will not say much about Manchester United other than the fact that I'm happy that I have finally got a goalkeeper that catches the bloody football, which is so important. So, boys, shall we get into the main portion of this episode?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Okay, so to everybody here, welcome to the Football Kaki. Hope you've had a great week ahead for Man United fans. Hope you're happy. For Arsenal fans, you're at the top of the table. For Liverpool fans, we hope that we don't add on to your misery today, like, because of a situation that happened. So, what we're going to do today, we're going to talk about what's going on, something to do with Southeast Asia. Yeah. And then we're going to talk about Liverpool. Currently, 3 losses in a row. have lost the grip at the top of the table after 2 consecutive Premier League defeats and 1 Champions League defeat. Defensively, there's a lot of question marks to be had because I am actually quite surprised at the fact that in the past 3 games, they conceded 5 goals and scored 2, which is something that I think we want to expound here with our Liverpool fan here, Net. And the best part is that the next game for the EPL is Manchester United versus Liverpool at Anfield. So it's something that probably the whipping boys might come out again. So
okay, before we get into our episode, a word from our sponsors. Once again, we would like to thank SG Watch Hub for sponsoring this episode. SG Watch Hub is Singapore's one-stop platform for all things watches. Whether you are buying, selling, or just crazy about timepieces, SG Watch Hub connects you to sellers, retailers, and fellow collectors so you can find that perfect piece for your wrist. They've got you covered with a full range of services from repairs and polishing to strap replacements, protective firms, watch winders, and even authentication to make sure your watch is 100% the real deal.
On top of that, SG Watch Hub offers brand partner promo codes so you can score special discounts on watches from different brands. And speaking of partners, they also work with amazing companies like Nomad Watchworks, a homegrown brand known for their premium straps and accessories. One of their biggest perks is that every leather strap you purchase from Nomad comes with free lifetime cleaning, so your watch doesn't just look stylish, it stays cat for too. Stay tuned on both the Chit podcast and SG Watch Hub Instagram pages because we'll be running a special giveaway sponsored by SG Watch Hub and Nomad Watchworks very soon. Trust us, you don't want to miss it.
So, if you love watches as much as we do, head over to sgwatchhub.sg and join the community. SG Watch Hub, bring the world of watches to your fingertips. And now, back to the episode.
Paul, what's going on?
Okay,
What is
I didn't hear about this what's going on until Media prompted us, I think earlier
Yep.
today, right? Yeah. Is that a certain Southeast Asian country is on the brink of qualifying for the 2026 World Cup.
Yeah.
And that country is Indonesia.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Okay, so apparently, right, they are like 2 wins away from qualifying for next year's World Cup. Okay, there are, in Asia, there's only 8 spots. I think the first six countries that already qualified was Japan, Korea, Australia,
I think.
Iran, Uzbekistan, and Jordan. So the only
Argentina
left.
hasn't qualified.
Sorry,
Argentina.
the first 3 Asian
Argentina,
countries.
South America, bro.
Oh, Asians. Oh, my bad.
Asian.
Yeah,
I was
Asian
like,
countries.
huh?
Yeah.
Argentina. I didn't
So
know.
which
Argentina
leaves
should
I
like-
go
thought you were
on.
going to list all of them down. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. So which leaves like 2 spots left. I think and Indonesia's apparently on the brink of qualifying lah. And you know what's the funny thing? You know who's the head coach for Indonesia? It's like
I
Patrick Kluivert.
What?
Are you
Yeah,
like
Patrick
Patrick
Kluivert,
Kluivert?
the Indonesian
That's
coach.
crazy, eh?
Yeah, so it's like a Dutch manager, right?
Okay,
and then
that's interesting.
apparently we had another fun fact here from Nate.
Oh, yeah. So,
Yeah.
fun fact. Forgot where I found this from, but I saw an interview that Tijani Reinders, Man City midfielder, actually did.
Yeah.
And he mentioned that his favorite fruit growing up was his grandmother's nasi goreng. And then upon further digging, apparently he's eligible for the Indonesian national team because of, I think his mom's side is like Indonesia or something. Yeah, it's crazy. Why? What's going on?
What's going on? So imagine if they make it right, and then he chooses to I'm gonna play for Indonesia.
That's crazy.
So they'd be like one country with 1 star player.
No, bro, it's not just that. It's the fact that there's a possibility of a Southeast Asian country actually making a World Cup. This is like a rarity.
Yeah, it's super rare. Like Southeast
super-
Asia.
It's never happened before, right?
Never.
It's usually
never
the Korea, Japan, and the Middle Eastern countries, right?
Correct. Because I think in terms of football talent wise, right, they are definitely a lot better. The shock to me, right, is because of the fact that generally, not even just the World Cup, in Asia, right, Southeast Asian teams are not like on a high like level in terms of football capability. Yeah. Like as much as it pains to say, right, Singapore's not a great football country. Like we're just not.
But
No,
we
we're
have
not.
we signed Jermaine Pennant that time, right? For that, for like what, half a year or something, right?
Bro, Jermaine Pennant was
Let's not get into that.
he just came, right, and then he just
Then he
went off from
disappeared,
there
yeah.
already. Like, Ned, I want to get your thoughts, right? The fact that a Southeast Asian country is on the verge of qualifying for a World Cup, or even talked about it, right, is a kind of an interesting thing, right?
Dude, it's crazy. Like we are living in very interesting and unprecedented times. And this is the result of globalism. Okay, look. If you really look into it, if I'm not wrong, half of the like Indonesian national team are actually like half Dutch, that kind. So like their families moved to Holland, and then like they had kids with like the native like Dutch people, and then they could qualify based on their mother's or like father's side. So
Yeah.
I think that does have an effect of how the Indonesian squad is currently lined up and how
Yeah.
and their qualities on it. I mean, Dutch footballers are crazy. They're not like the best in the world, but like
Yep.
you're always gonna get like a decent fight of a game when you see like the Dutch football team playing. But I
Yeah.
digress. It's good overall for footballing project wise, and I think it's
Yeah.
something that Singapore can look into leading into, because we actually do have a few footballers who are actually eligible for this kind of scheme. I mean, most recently Perry Ng, Cardiff City defender, plays in the championship. He's working on getting his Singaporean passport so he can play for the national team, because his grandfather was born in Singapore. I know someone else who is eligible is Luke O'Nien, former Sunderland captain. He's still playing for Sunderland, but with Granit Xhaka joining, he's no longer captain. But yeah, I think these two players, if Singapore can get them over, I think it could set a very good precedent to our long-term football project in trying to get these people in.
Yeah, I think like even for us as Singaporeans, right, we'll move on to Indonesia in a bit, right? Because they need to win. Paul, they need to win 2 more games, right? Indonesia.
Yep. Correct.
And their 2 games are not easy. It's Saudi Arabia and Iraq. If they somehow by a miracle beat both of them, right, they qualify for the World Cup and they're the first Southeast Asian team to actually make a global international tournament. And not even that, right? It's like Southeast Asian teams also find it hard to qualify for Asia Cup. The fact that they bypass the Asia Cup and go to the World Cup, right, is something that, I mean, as an ASEAN country, right, you'll be very proud of what they've done already. And it's something that I think of all the countries, right, the one that's probably the most renowned for football is Indonesia. Indonesia, Malaysia, right? So in Southeast Asia. So I mean, it's something like, but for Singapore, we tried to qualify for the World Cup, but we've got a long ways to go.
We got a way long ways to go.
Way long way to go. We've had Go 2010, right? And then 2010 appeared and we never even had a sniff of it. Yeah. It's a cool what's going on because honestly, nobody expected this. I don't think any of us did.
Definitely.
Yeah. So Paul, any comments before we move on to the main segment?
I think, like I said, maybe they see the only way Singapore can host, can qualify for the World Cup is if we host the World Cup. Right, that's the only chance.
That's the craziest statement.
And we don't really have enough facilities to host 64 countries, right?
Bro, we got a lot of stadiums in the country, but they only see 5,000 people.
Yeah, so I think it's a far-fetched. Unless they do like a Southeast Asia, joint tournament. Like Korea, Japan, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Then a lot of the stadiums will probably be Indonesia or Malaysia.
Yeah. Maybe one stadium can be like Singapore's national stadium. Like one match.
National stadium.
Like Group F match or
only.
something.
Maybe they do everything and then the final either is gonna be in Indonesia or Singapore.
Yeah. We can host like Panama versus Costa Rica.
Panama versus Costa Rica is crazy, bro. Why? Who will watch that?
Then it will just be a regular attendance of a football match at a national stadium. It's just half the stadium filled.
Football match at National Stadium when the Premier League team is not playing.
Yep. Pretty much. But moving on, let's talk about the one thing that we are here to talk about, which is Liverpool. So, to sum this up, Liverpool have lost 3 consecutive games in a row.
Yes. I'm very well aware of that fact.
Crystal Palace beat them 2-1. Galatasaray beat them 1-0. And then Chelsea beat them 2-1.
Yes, sir.
So, at this moment in time, Ned, I just really got to ask you this question, right?
Yes, please.
What exactly is the problem? Because honestly, right, compared to last year, right, it was unfathomable that Liverpool would lose 3 games in a row.
Yeah, not wrong.
How did it end up in this situation where you guys were like winning almost every match and then suddenly it's 3 consecutive losses?
Okay, with regards to the first 5 games or first 6 if you count Champions League, what I will say about our form in those run of games is I think it was more down to how fit the players were rather than actually tactics, because we were getting a lot of last minute wins. So at that point in time, it was basically a war of attrition. Who could outlast each other longest, who had the better mental game in that sense to go and get that last minute winner. I think Liverpool really stood out in that sense.
Yeah.
But as we all know, that's not sustainable, as we saw from the season prior to winning the Premier League again. It's a really interesting drop in form. but you kind of expect it because they essentially swapped out half the squad. You know,
Yep.
new right back in Frimpong, new starting left back in Kirkes. You got new number 10 in Florian Wirtz, and essentially 2 new strikers because of course we lost Jota over the summer and we eventually sold Nunes. So yeah, half the squad is a change squad. There's definitely going to have to be a adaptation period, and they're going to have to get used to playing with each other again and build the chemistry again. It was very clear to see even from the first game onwards that Salah was still not used to the style of Ekitike and now Isak. They're still trying to learn how like their football brain works with each other, and they're trying to build off of that chemistry wise. And it's the same with Wirtz because he's like still unsure, like, oh, should he play this pass? I understand that Wirtz is like, as the football Twitter says, like 99 right now. Like he's not gonna go, he's not gonna assist unless you count the Community Shield, which most people don't anyways. But you can tell he's definitely a good player, like great buy. It's just that he's going to have to take some like getting used to with regards to how he's gonna mesh with the team. As for this round of form, it sucks, and I'm going to go into this with a very positive spin in that I think the team will learn more from these losses than they do from the last minute winners that they've gotten at the beginning of the season. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on that. I'm still not too scared essentially because we are in second, but we are only 1 point off the top. Like those first few runs of games has given us quite a bit of leeway. So we'll just have to see what happens from here.
Yeah. Paul, your thoughts?
Yeah, okay. Can I just say, right, like, I've taken Salah out of my fantasy league. Cannot, I think I had to jump on the bandwagon, no choice. Haaland has been firing quite insanely. 9 goals already in like 7 games. But other than that, I think the only issue I think that Liverpool have, right, is that defensively they're quite leaky. They've been leaking goals quite like free, you know. And then I think that's the main issue that they have been losing games. The past 3 games, like, especially. At first, I thought when they equalized against Chelsea, they might just have like taken the draw, you know. But then, the last minute, I saw that goal by Estavio, is it?
Estevao.
Yeah. Estevao. And then it's like, wow, so open at the back, you know. And then he just tapped it in. So not very like Liverpool-ish last year and how stable they were like last year. But I think like what Nate said, I think their players are all very new. I think Isak hasn't found his footing in this team yet, which is normal lah. Yeah, I think, and then Salah is
Isak has not had a pre-season.
Yeah. Yes, I was like constantly on the bench and all that. So I think it's fine. It's normal. He's just thrown in the middle of like when the season already started, so he has to like immediately gel. I think Ekitike also picked up an injury, right? Yeah. And then,
yes, at the Galatasaray game.
Yeah. So I think all the more the pressure is on him to deliver, you know. And the big one is Salah not firing is quite an obvious impact, you know. He's not putting in the numbers like how he was last year. So and it's clearly quite obvious lah. You can see they're not getting these crucial goals in.
I think it's pretty obvious that Salah is still pretty mentally affected by the loss of his teammate. And I think they mentioned a few times, like, you've seen his reaction to like the first PL game back versus Bournemouth, like his reaction at the end of the game. And of course how he's like spoken at the PFA ceremonies that he thinks this is like actually Arsenal's year. And he's spoken very candidly about the state of the team at the moment. So I thought that was a very interesting insight to how honest he was actually with the media regarding these kinds of questions. But yeah, it's no excuse. Like, it's Salah. You expect him to perform. If he's not performing, then, you know, just gotta put him down on the bench. Which I think that's what Slot has done for at least like the Chelsea game or the Gala game. I forgot which one was it, but yeah.
Yeah, I think like for me, from what I see, right, I won't say it's an attacking problem. I would say it's more of a defensive issue because honestly, Konate's not been performing very well. Like, he's really not performing well. Like, even Palace, it was predominantly him that was facing issues. Against Galatasaray, he had a very bad pass to Gravenberch, which could have basically put Osimhen through. Galatasaray could have literally won like by more than 1-0 aside from the penalty shot. Yeah, and in Chelsea, I would say that like maybe the Caicedo goal was something that it was just kind of a freak accident. It was a beautiful goal, by the way, the Caicedo goal. What?
No, I 100% agree. honestly, okay, if I were to really break it down that moment, nobody was closing
that's what I wanted to say.
Either the defenders have to start talking to each other. Virgil can back off, in case he passes off to another defender.
Yeah.
But one of them has to go in
Close
and
him
try
down,
and get to him. McAllister losing the ball, that's fine. Shit like that happens all the time. It's just defenders need to get their shit together. I'm not gonna lie. I think losing Leone and not securing Gehi is a really, really double whammy. It's gonna affect our defense for at least until January.
Yeah. I think even at the beginning of the season, we were talking about it. We were saying that the one place or the one area Liverpool needed to shore up was the defense. Because if, let's say, Van Dijk or Konate go down, right, you got literally nothing already. Or it's literally bare bones. So when Gehi came in, I think everybody was kind of okay, I think we're kind of stable. And then the Gehi transfer just didn't happen. I do agree in a sense where I was about to bring it up just before Ned also brought it up, right, was that the Caicedo goal, right, one of them should have closed down. It was very clear cut, and I feel that it should have been Van Dijk because it was on Van Dijk's side. Konate could have just shifted a bit, covered Van Dijk, then maybe had a shot, because Caicedo had too much time. The fact that he could take 2 touches, right, before he actually just bothered to strike the ball. Even to a point where the commentator said the touch before he shot the ball was unnecessary. So it was more or less I've got time to queue it up, and I just did my shot lah.
First up, we'd like to take a break in the episode to thank our friends at Sauce Kingdom, the famous good France sauce brand trusted by giant fast food chains around the world.
With these sauces, you can turn any air fryer meal into a gourmet experience. Let's run through a few favorites. Buttermilk Ranch, creamy, herby, perfect with pizza, fried chicken or even veggies. Texas Grill, smoky, bold, that true BBQ peak flavor in every bite.
Smoked mayo, rich, savory, Prizes ultimate partner, and New York burger sauce, tangy, classic, and turns any burger into a diner-style experience. To find out more, check out the Shopee and Lazada links in our description. Now available in selected Shenzhen outlets and soon in all stores.
Once again, a big thank you to our friends at Sauce Kingdom for sponsoring this episode.
Restaurant taste at home.
I want to bring up one other thing also, right? Is because Szoboszlai has been playing right back also. So I don't know, right, Ned, do you think that he's wasted at right back, or should he be playing in midfield and Frimpong should play more? Because I know Frimpong had a bit of an injury knock at earlier part of this season.
Yeah, so actually, interestingly enough, I think the rationale behind Arne Slot playing Szoboszlai at right back is to replace a certain right back that left us last season.
Yeah,
it's the closest profile I think he has to Trent, and I think this is more so the transitional phase where he's trying to go from his older ideas into the style that he actually wants to play.
Yeah.
But because he doesn't have Trent at right back anymore, he has to get someone as close as he can to that sort of profile, so at least the transition is not so crazy. Because I'm pretty sure Salah is used to playing in a certain way, especially you know Trent has been behind him for so long. He's so used to the style. So I think that's just my thought. If he needs to play Szoboszlai right back, then he needs to play Szoboszlai right back. There's nothing much I can say. I think he did pretty well during the Arsenal game. I think maybe his recent form hasn't showed his qualities as well. I mean, but that's because he's not a natural right back. But I digress. Look, job needs to be done. It needs to be done. I'm glad Szoboszlai is there to try and at least accomplish that job.
Yeah.
Whether he's wasted or not is another thing, because as long as he gives his all, and as long as he's following the instructions from Arne Slot, I have no qualms about wherever he needs to play.
Yeah, understood. Paul, your thoughts on Szoboszlai playing right back?
I think he's doing well. I think it's pretty sick to have a player that can play any position you want him to play. It's like the baby James Milner, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Versatility is very good lah. I wish our players could be like that, bro. But
but you got Luke Shaw playing centre back.
Ahmad playing right wing back. Yeah, sure.
Ahmad playing right wing back. It's fine. Dalot playing right back, left wing, right.
Okay, let me rephrase it. To play multiple positions effectively, not just for the sake of it. Yeah. I think effectively is very important. I think
that makes a bit more sense.
Yeah, Szoboszlai playing right back effectively is working, and I don't think it's the main issue. Yeah, it's not the biggest issue I from what I see lah.
I think for me, where I look at it is more if I was on Liverpool side, would I prefer to have Szoboszlai playing in midfield, definitely, 100%. Because I think that's where he's the most effective. But I do understand Ned's point in a sense where he is the closest profile to Trent in terms of like ball crossing ability, passing ability, free kick taking ability. Frimpong is a totally different profile type of right back. His comparison to Trent was. So maybe doing what he did now by playing Szoboszlai at right back is kind of like maybe mitigating the transitions a bit, in trying to smoothen out the transitions, maybe not making it too drastic, right? But on the other side, right, my goodness, Andy Robertson. Oh, like you can tell he's a shell of himself because the way that goal happened, is him and Estevao on an island. He bent down, like just to kind of catch a breath, right? Then suddenly the ball went across, he didn't react, far post goal. I'm a bit shocked because I would say that in comparison to how he was last time, right? This type of thing wouldn't really have happened if he was maybe 3 to 4 years ago. But recently, he's been making a lot of mistakes. Even last year also.
Yeah, no, dude. We all saw the decline coming already.
Yeah.
Like last year, he already was like off his game.
Yeah.
But you know what they say, like fullbacks age like milk.
Yeah.
Like let's be real, especially in the modern game when my personal opinion is that the two hardest positions to play on the field are the fullbacks and the goalkeeper. So like especially goalkeeper mainly because of the intensity.
Yeah.
No, not goalkeeper. Sorry. Fullbacks mainly because of the intensity, especially in the modern game.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have the legs for it anymore. I mean, you can even like sort of argue that Trent also like, you know, over the like years and years of Klopp ball has like his legs knackered. His injury record isn't very good at the current moment. So yeah, it's very unfortunate because I do consider like Andrew Robertson like, you know, one of the best left backs to play in the Premier League.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, you know, maybe behind like Ashley Cole and a few others, but I digress. Yeah, it's quite sad to see. I'm not gonna lie, but we knew it was going to happen eventually. No one lives forever. I think it was really smart on Maresca to put like a really like pacey, very tricky winger against Robertson. I think that's what got them to win at the end of the day.
Yep. I agree. Because at the end of the day, like it was a swap because Kirkes got taken off, then Robertson came on. So it's more to do with like, okay, I'm going to exploit what I can exploit, which is basically a much slower Andy Robertson who's not as pacey as he was anymore by putting a pacey guy on him. I look at it more towards like, I don't think it's something that Liverpool fans should get worried about. It's just probably a blip. But I also do kind of fear as a Man United fan, right? Because literally the next game is against Man United. So
That's where Salah will show up.
it's like the worst timing in the entire world, right? Like imagine, right, you do international break and before that Liverpool lose 3 goals, right? And then Salah knows that United are coming.
Okay lah. In the past we will get hammered 5-0, then go for the international break.
Correct. This one is get hammered 5-0 after the international break comes in. So like
We shall see.
Like to close off this episode, let's just talk about the United Liverpool game, right? Because we are going into international break, right? Ned, your thoughts on this whole thing, right? Is this the right time for Liverpool to come back?
At the end of the day, United Liverpool is still a derby.
Yep.
Anything can happen. I'm not
No matter the form,
putting
right?
form goes out the window.
Yeah.
You do have a point because one of the more notable games in that series of games, United were on a great run of form and Liverpool were losing like almost every other match.
Yeah.
But Liverpool still whacked United 7-0 that match.
Yeah.
So I get where the concern is coming from, but with derbies, I've learned not to like go into it with any expectation. Turn on the TV, let's see what happens. Because anything really can happen. Yeah, especially when it's these two teams.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't expect it. Like last season, like we were expected to whack United like at Anfield. In the end, we drew 2-2 because someone's head was already in Madrid. Yeah. No, really, anything happened. Like, you know, in the season where we dominated so well, we struggled against United at Anfield. And we damn near almost lost. If Harry Maguire put that chance in, that was it.
Yeah.
I still remember that goal. Wow. That's the definition of...
That was his redemption arc, right? He will come back from all the memes.
He was that close. He was that close to like, oh, Harry Maguire. No, you're not getting that moment. But look, I understand. Squeaky bum time can happen at any time, especially at a derby. So, no expectations. I'm not going to give predictions for this one. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't...
Yeah. Paul, as a United fan, your perspective?
Bro, we are going to get smashed. Like,
He's got no hope.
History speaks for itself. That's enough said. Enough said.
For me, right, I don't expect much because this Man United team, right, is just way too inconsistent. They can have a good game one day, a bad team on the next, right? And as long as you got Diogo Dalot on the field, right, it's gonna be bad regardless of anything, no matter what people say. I don't care. Like if Diogo Dalot is playing, United is probably gonna make at least one mistake.
Yeah. You saw the clip I sent you, right?
Yeah.
In 2 minutes, he looked back to see where the runner was, and then the runner just went the other way and almost stepped the ball in.
No, bro, it's not only that. Not only that. You know the Brentford game, right? Ned, I don't know, Ned, have you seen this clip that circulated or not? Like, Brentford played a ball on the top. He's playing right wing back. On the top right to the left wing.
He's running the other
direction. Going
direction,
straight the thing, right? He's running to the left side. and I'm like,
He got
as
a
a right
chicken
wing
brain.
back, right? Your job is the left winger. Why are you running to the right winger?
Diogo Dalot IQ.
Yeah, he's a chicken brain.
Wow, like that one.
And then they make him
melted my brain.
There's this facade that United thinks that he's the next Rory Delap, right? Forever taking the long throw-ins, and when the ball doesn't even clear the first man.
Honestly, right, I find long throw-ins, right, a very stupid thing. Like we are not Arsenal.
We're not Stoke.
We're not Stoke also.
They try to be a Stoke. Yeah, you know, they try to be a Stoke, but
We're
not.
not.
No, but that's how the game is played now. Arsenal figured out a very big exploitation or a big weakness in the game.
long
They
ball,
exploited
side
the
piece,
hell out of it and they made it their identity. Now everyone wants to do it because it's an easy goal. The great equalizer, especially once I learned from that Manchester United Grimsby game, right, is that it doesn't matter like how good your opponents are. If you score from a set piece, right, that's it. Like that's still a set piece
Still
goal
goal,
is the same as an
Set piece is a goal.
open play goal. And set piece is not purely there's still some technical aspects to it, but it's down to like a lot of it is down to like how physical your players can get.
Yeah.
If you can physically outmuscle a PR player, right, that's it. You are definitely scoring on a set play. And we saw it with that game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's where the direction of the game is going at the current moment. I'm not enjoying it at all.
No, neither am I. Like I got one more thing that I don't like is that before we close up, right, is that what do you think of teams kicking the ball out of play after kickoff?
That one
it's
I think
like
is quite,
frisbee.
quite smart.
Yeah, it's like frisbee. You know, you're just trying to get the ball as far as you can.
Yep.
Then you restart the play when you are like 3/4 up on the
Yep.
field already. So it's like a mini advantage for you. Yeah, you know, if you can press, if you can get the ball, yeah.
It's quite smart. I'm not gonna lie. I think if a Jurgen Klopp, like prime Jurgen Klopp side did that, right?
Dude.
It was
You're getting the ball
can
back
you
in
imagine
like 5 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, can you imagine the fireworks it would cause?
Yeah.
Like everyone will be like, "Oh, Klopp is playing like Satan ball. He's gonna." Yeah, dude. Wow. Yeah, I think I forgot which team did it first.
Luis
Was it
Enrique.
Newcastle or PSG?
PSG. Yeah. He started it
Yeah.
right with Vitinha. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Smart.
Honestly,
Good
like
under
how do
IQ,
people like think about these kind of things? It's really the little details that separate like good coaches from like the great.
Yeah. Now
coaches,
every
like,
club is
honestly.
doing it, right?
Almost
Yeah,
everybody.
dude.
Everyone is
Especially
doing
those that are more
Arsenal-
like inclined to press.
Arsenal does it also.
Yeah. Because if you can isolate the man, you can isolate the man who's like getting the throw in, right? You got like you 2 man, 1 man. You outmuscle them, right? You get the ball back, right? You're pretty high up the pitch. Like they're not gonna be able to react. Like the closest thing
the keeper
that you
throw
can
to the
get
keeper and clear,
to countering that move is just like sitting in the low block once that happens.
Fair point.
Or you throw to your keeper to clear, but it's a big risk.
Yeah, but
still.
even then, that's a risk. Like if you have like
You give
an
the ball back
Onana in
immediately.
goal, he's not going to hoof the ball up. He's going to fumble it, and the ball is going to go behind.
That's true. But I will say this. I will say this, right? Like we were talking about it. Like who's somebody that I think we need to watch, right? Is that in the United game, to me, I feel right. The one I need to watch, right, in this game, right, it's not any of the outfield players. I need to watch the goalkeeper. To be really frank, like Bayindia and Onana, right, they have not been very, very good. Sanne Lammens has given me a bit of hope in a sense where I have a goalkeeper that literally goes up and can actually win a jump ball and catch it. So to me, I want to watch how he performs in a very heated atmosphere in a big derby. Because
there was a meme, right, that they said when the United keeper finally does the basics right, then the reaction was like caveman discovered fire, you know. It's like, oh, we finally
That's
have
crazy,
a
man.
keeper that can do the basic.
But I mean, like, it's true because the thing is that after De Gea left, right, everything in terms of basic goalkeeping has gone out the window already at United. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, so actually I kind of like remember like very vaguely, right? Onana has like a decent record against us. Not good, but decent.
Yeah.
So when he first came in that season, it was still Ten Hag versus Klopp. United went 2 draws and 1 win against us.
yeah,
And it was all Onana in goal. Okay. Then the next season Arne Slot came in, then that's it lah.
yeah,
But like Onana generally has had a decent record against us. Like you think about it, right? He's had 1 win, 1 loss, 3 draws. It's not good, but it's not like he's losing against
not the
us like
worst.
every single
Yep.
time. I think that's the W effect, like coming into it. Y'all hate Onana as a goalkeeper. I know for a fact. That's not a given. But it's like, okay lah, it's not terrible against like your biggest rivals to have that kind of track record. It's not United standard, but you know, could be worse.
No, because I have this thing, right? Like I will see whether Paul agrees or not. I have this thing, right? It's because having a goalkeeper, right, that is calm and stable and can do everything, right, actually eases the defense a bit. Because I feel that because having a poor goalkeeper like with Bayende and Onana, right, you could tell the defenders are a bit worried. Because they are worried at the simple fact that, okay, I cannot trust this goalkeeper to do something. Even though like we're teammates, we get along, everything like that, right? At the back of your mind, right, because they've seen him make so many mistakes so many times, like I can pinpoint, right, like Liverpool went to Galatasaray, United went to Galatasaray, Onana made 2 mistakes against Galatasaray. And like Bayern Munich and Brighton, the Brighton goal, oh my god. All those little things, right? Like as a defender, you'll be like, do I really trust this guy to secure me if let's say I go up and press? So if let's say I go up and press, I lose it, that's it. It's as good as goal considered already. So like to me, having peace of mind as a defender with a goalkeeper like that, like it's promising, but he's only had one. He's only like his pool sample is only 1 game only, so it's very hard to tell. But the thing is that having somebody like that, right? I think it gives defenders a peace of mind, and maybe the defenders might make lesser mistakes. But I don't know. I am a United fan.
Remains to be seen.
I'm a United fan,
Yeah,
right?
remains-
I have lost a lot of hope and trust in this club over the years already. Yeah. So I don't know, Paul. What do you think? Having about the comfort of a goalkeeper behind you.
Too quick to say anything, bro. Yeah, I think like what Nate said, I think let's just see how it all folds out. Because I think when Bayende started playing at the start, right, we were like, hey, this keeper not bad. you know,
lah.
and then he did well against Arsenal, right? One of the games. Yeah, but I think let's just wait lah. But yes, it's refreshing to see lah. I think that's the good term to see. Refreshing to see new faces in the club.
Yeah,
You know.
I agree. Ned, any comments?
It's always nice to have new signings. I learned that this season.
Yeah.
After FSG has starved us for so long. Suddenly, Frimpong, Words, Kaki, last season, KSL, yeah, celebrating 40 million pound KSL, what? Crazy, You know how you understand how crazy it is to go from one signing in KSL and Bangladesh Rally
To like-
eventually loaned out to like this crazy window.
Yeah.
My dopamine receptors are gone, It's gone. Oh my god. Okay, to be fair, right, the season before we had a decent window in like our 4 midfielders that we eventually brought in.
Yep.
But wow, FSG really starved us for like the longest of time. I still cannot tell if it was an FSG thing or if it was like a club refusing to spend the club's money sort
Yep.
of thing. I don't think I want to know for the betterment of my mental health, but oh my goodness, finally. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, we shall see lah. But I think for me, right, to do something where it's like, who do we look out for? I think you just need to look out for Lammens lah, because he did do well against Sunderland, but Liverpool's a whole different ballgame. I feel that if he does well against Liverpool, right, then you maybe have a chance to really hope a bit more. But then again, Man United, right, it's basically the devil you know lah. So anything could happen.
Hey man, put some respect on Sunderland's team. At the start of this season, y'all said it will finish 20th. They are now in the top 10, which is
Above
something like
United,
Luton Town and Ipswich could never even reach.
Southampton, yeah.
Exactly. All the promoted teams never got like past top 10. Like, don't say like the season where all 3 stayed up, but like y'all said like Sunderland will go that I had my faith in them. In fact, you asked me, I would have predicted Sunderland would finish 12. Maybe now it's gonna be higher. Fuck.
Okay. I think we're good. We're good. So anything else before we close off this episode?
I'm good. The talk at the beginning made me crave nasi goreng. I'm not gonna lie.
But legit, like I'm really hoping Indonesia make it.
Yeah, dude, it'll be
Yeah,
crazy.
we'll find out by the end of next weekend, bro.
Yeah, we'll find out by then. And this weekend, maybe something that we can talk about next week. So with that is it for this week's episode of the Football Kaki. All right, so that is it for this week's episode of the Football Kaki, brought to you by the Chit Chatter Podcast Network. Now, for those of you who are tuning in, we just want to say thank you, and we hope that you continue to watch our other shows, which are the Kopi Roast every Monday, where we have some fun interviews lined up for you. And if you do like the news in a different format, we do have our brand new show every Friday, the Lao Jiao's Podcast, where we come together and talk about the news in a unique and fun way. So, with that, to all Liverpool fans,
We don't have to watch Liverpool play for another week.
yeah,
I'm so happy.
but the first game that you come back is Man United, and I think you all have more hope than the Man United fans are. So, with that, I think, boys, you got anything else to say before we head off?
I'm good, man.
I'm good.
Okay, so have a great week ahead. International break for all those who are supporting your countries. Do so. As a Singaporean, I hope that Singapore makes the World Cup one day. With that, have a great week ahead. See you soon.